have no doubt that you've been marketed to, emailed, advertised at, called, texted, and marginally harassed. But is restaurant marketing a scam? The simple answer is, well, kinda yes, but not in the way you probably think. Are we a marketing scam? In this video, I'm going to break down 3 different types of restaurant marketing scams and how to avoid them, so you don't get burned, waste your money, waste your time, and potentially damage your brand. However, instead of defining scams as this, I'm going to be defining restaurant marketing scams as when you get sold a dream by a marketing agency and it's a complete waste of your time. And the reason why I can speak on this is because we have been mistakenly involved in all 3.
Kia ora, my name is Daniel Batchelor. I am one of the 2 co-founders of Be Social NZ, which is a small...
We entered the online marketing scene in 2015, and direct response marketing, bums on seats, guarantees, marketing gurus, it was all popping off. We were near the tip of the boom in the online marketing sphere. Pick your niche, run Facebook ads, and go. It was kind of similar to how it is now, except there was a whole lot less information, and there was a whole lot more potential business out there. And this was us. I was 19 at the time. I didn't even consider that anything could be wrong. But naturally, nothing is as it seems. Looking back now, it's so obvious why so many restaurant owners were so skeptical of our marketing services. We thought that everyone must suck. Everyone aside from us, of course. I remember us bringing on our first bunch of clients, and our results were naturally subpar. We were learning and we were making mistakes, as every 19-year-old who looked up how to make money online was doing at the time and is doing now. And you don't know what you're doing, so naturally you promise the world to clients and instead you deliver headaches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this scam subtype 1. When you're selling marketing services to people and you have no idea what you are doing. If you're a venue owner, how do you spot these people? A lack of testimonials. So this is the red flag of all red flags. If they've got no testimonials and they say they're experienced, that is a red flag. However, if they're a young, or it doesn't have to be young, a person starting out and they don't have testimonials, that's completely fine. But what I would recommend you do, and what we did, and what lots of other agencies do, is if you're an owner, you say, hey, how about this? I will allow you to use our brand to do some marketing, and if you do a really good job, what we can do is I'll make you a video testimonial or a written testimonial or whatever they want, and then after 1 or 2 months we can look at payment. So that's how I would say you can spot scam subtype 1.
Would you like to generate more customers walking through the front door of your business on a consistent basis?
After about 18 months of product improvements, mistakes, offboarding interviews, and mishaps, we had a product that didn't suck as much as it once did. We thought we had escaped the sleepless nights of client disappointment. Oh buddy, we had just opened another can of worms. Our product worked very well until it didn't. And to be more specific, our product worked very well for some restaurants, and for some restaurants it flopped. We were offering coupon-style marketing services guaranteeing a monthly amount of bums on seats, as well as coming in and doing photography. We were now unknowingly part of what I want to call scam subtype 2, selling marketing services with one pre-qualifier: they wanted to pay you money. The issue is that one type of marketing service does not work for all types of restaurants, and naturally this means that some restaurants are disappointed. And how do you spot these people? Fundamentally, if any marketing services has been around for a while, they'll have pre-qualifying conditions. If they don't have any pre-qualifying conditions, then it's likely that they're selling to anyone that can afford their services. And so what I would do here is I just ask them straight up, which venues does this work for and which does it not? And if they can't give you a straight answer to the question, then typically I would steer clear of them.
Thank you so much for making it to this page. Really looking forward to our call. Just wanted to take a quick second to say...
We sat back. We had now figured it out. We had looked at who we had been most successful with and who we hadn't, and we had drawn the line between these types of restaurants, defining who we're going to work with and who we're going to turn away. We sat here for a few years, but something had been itching away at the back of our minds. there was a problem. There are variables outside of our control that severely impacted our product, and we knew that, and the restaurants knew it, but often they would play it down, and we didn't want to push harder on the topic because, well, we didn't want to lose the business. And that leaves us with scam subtype 3, selling a product that relies on variables which are outside of your control. A different example of this could be a fitness program that promises a certain outcome. However, we all know that that outcome is actually dependent on whether or not they follow along with the diet. And the same way with restaurant marketing, by far the biggest variable of success is not the strategy. It's if people want to go to the venue, if people like what the venue has to sell. And often, if the venue is looking for marketing services, the word of mouth that has naturally come off the venue has not been enough to get the venue where it wants to be, which means the product arguably is not as desirable as it could be. And when a customer comes to us, or when a client comes to us and says they want marketing services, we're not going to say, hey, why is no one coming in organically? And the restaurant's not going to say, hey, you know what? My product actually sucks, but I'm looking for marketing services as a band-aid solution, okay? This is the big marketing assumption. And it's one that no salesperson and no venue owner will admit is the actual reason for success or failure with marketing. No restaurant owner actually thinks that the reason why they need more bums on seats is because there's not enough people that like what they're selling in their local market. So how do you spot this? As a restaurant owner, if you're getting promised the world by a marketing agency, how do you know if the variables which are outside of your control or outside of their control are aligned such that you're going to get the result? This is by far the hardest to spot, both by the restaurant marketer and by the venue looking for services. The honest answer would be to ask the restaurant marketer what variables are the key contributing factors to marketing success and have a candid conversation to see if they are present in your location. By now you realize these are not scams in the traditional sense. They are more of a misalignment of expectations leading to both restaurants and agencies wasting money and time. So what is the cause of this misalignment? In the online marketing space, you need to create a product you can sell. Why? Because if you can't sell it, you're going back to your shitty desk job and your parents will say, I told you so, you should have become a lawyer. So what everyone does is you essentially come up with the product of, I'll make you more money, then you pay me, okay? And then you spend years learning how to market and sell this product of, I'll make you more money, then you pay me. And you need to do this month to month to keep the lights on. What you don't do is you figure out how to deliver that to your clients because you don't have the time, resources, or capacity. And specifically to restaurants, this is particularly hard because of a few compounding issues. The margin sucks. So you need a really good marketing product, or you need a really good money printing machine. If in order for a client to make $1, they have to do $10 in revenue, that means that your money printing machine has to be at least a 10x money printing machine in order for them to make any money. And that is extremely hard to build. Secondly, as mentioned above, there's so many variables surrounding success which are very hard to see. How much goodwill is in the local market? How many local customers actually like this restaurant? And it's very hard to quantify these things before bringing the venue on for services. And lastly, the price point is so low. So not only is it low margin, it's low ticket. So if you're doing bums on seats and each person doesn't generate you that much money, you need a lot of bums on seats to make your marketing services worth your time. And traditionally, people are charging $2,000 USD a month. And so you can just see that if they need to make that in profit and they've got a 10% margin, you need to make them $20,000 a month. And if each person that comes in spends, just say $20, you need to bring in 1,000 people a month. Not going to happen. It's really not going to happen. So this is why there is such a misalignment of expectations and results in the restaurant marketing space, and why so many owners get burned by almost every single marketing agency. As a side note, the agencies that won't burn them are the ones that aren't saying they're going to make the money. your photographers, your people that are posting on Facebook and social media. And you'll find that those people have been around the longest, right? Because they're not pushing this uphill battle the whole time. They're literally just doing what they say they're going to do. And hence, there's no misalignment between expectations and result. The clients get the nice food photos, cool. Doesn't bring anyone in the door, but that's not what they said it would do, so it's not a problem. So, on to the last part, how to avoid. If you are a venue owner and you're looking to avoid being burned by restaurant marketers, I'd suggest you ask them the following questions. 1. Can I have a look at your case studies? And if they have no case studies, offer to give them a case study if the work is good, and then you can look at doing payment. 2. What types of restaurants does this not perform well with? And what types does it perform well with? If they can't give you a straight answer, look at their testimonials and see if you can quantify where the testimonials are coming from. And if they can, then cool, move on to the third question. What are some variables outside of our control that may affect the results we get here? If they seem like everything is all green flags, I would just ask them like, hey, let's say everything goes perfect. What variables outside of our control would mean that this would fail? And see what they say. From there, you'll be able to know essentially if you should avoid these people. Now, if you're a marketer and you want to avoid this, please do the following. 1, set better expectations. You might lose some deals in the short run, but it'll be far better off in the long run. Don't sell them the world and give them headaches. And 2, spend time to build the product where you can control as many variables as possible so that you can get good results for as many clients as possible. And to be honest, if you aren't doing one of these two things, is restaurant marketing a scam? Kinda,